Is that my plate? Or is that yours? Hola, my name is Maria, and welcome to my little corner on the internet. It's time to spill the beans on weight loss and diabetes. So I'm here to talk about the holidays and about eating with other people in general. You see, I know that I quite often found myself giving in to temptations, especially during the holidays, especially when I was eating with other people. This was a common problem, and it always sent me back into the yo-yo cycle. If you are struggling with weight issues, you might be able to find some commonality in what I'm about to tell you. I've lost almost 200 pounds. As of today, I've lost 191 pounds. And so I've had a lot of time to look at my behaviors around food. And I thought I'd come up here and share some of what I've learned with you. So, peace is quite often talked about during the holidays. Peace for me starts on my plate. And that means sticking to what I can eat and not going after what I can't. There's a saying, one man's meat is another man's poison. And that's very true for me because as a diabetic, I have a lot of foods that I really can't touch because when I do, my sugars skyrocket. And so I have had to say no to certain substances, especially sweets. So if you find that you have a downfall during the holidays with sweets or whatever food it is that you struggle with, please keep in mind some of the things I'm about to say. Peace on my plate means that I don't look at what other people are eating. There are a lot of people out there who can eat 10,000 calories in a meal and not gain a pound. I used to be jealous of such people. Why is it that such and such can eat everything and not me? What that means is that I better not try and copy that person because I've already been down that road and have found that for me, eating a lot results in weight gain. Compare and despair, they say, and it is so true. So I look at my plate. I can't control what other people eat around me, and there are people who are eating a lot of food. There are people who are gaining weight, and there are people who stay the same, and there are people who are losing weight. The fact of the matter is, peace starts with me focusing on what I can eat. There are very few things that I can control outside of myself, but one thing that I am in charge of is my plate. And so I have become the master of my own plate. And that means that I need to focus on what I can eat and not worry about what everyone else is eating. And worrying about what everyone else is eating used to be a common problem for me because I wanted to be like everybody else, be able to eat and not have an issue afterward. But I can tell you that when I used to eat a lot and being diabetic usually left me feeling very, very sick. I don't do that to myself anymore. And it's in part because I focus on my plate. And when I go out to eat with people, I don't look at other people's food. I don't look at it. I try not to think about it. I focus on what I can eat. And that is important. And it's not easy in the beginning. Believe me, it took a lot for me to stop looking at what other people were eating. It's hard not to. I get it. But with practice, it's possible. I've had to change my perspective on food and what I consider food. because one man's meat is another man's poison. And not just in terms of meat. Being vegan, one of the big problems I used to have with meat is that I had a cholesterol problem. Well, the way to deal with the cholesterol problem, at least in my case, was not to eat any cholesterol. So I stopped eating the meat and my problem disappeared. I do eat fat, but I make sure I eat healthy fats. And so I focus on what it is I can eat as opposed to what it is I can't eat. Otherwise, I'm going to drive myself crazy. As someone who is vegan and gluten-free, there are a lot of foods that I don't touch. And so I've learned to consider that what one person may call food, I won't necessarily call it food for me. Bread might be perfectly acceptable for one person. It's usually not for me. And the list goes on of all sorts of foods that I no longer consider food. And I simply look at it as, well, some cars run on unleaded and some cars run on diesel, and I kind of think of myself in that way. Today I run on diesel and I just can't eat those things anymore. And that's all right. I'm not hungry. I have plenty to eat and plenty to choose from. And so I focus on what I can eat and I focus on my plate. Another thing, perspective. It used to be that food was huge, a big thing for me to think about during the holidays. But that's not what the holiday was about. The holiday was about human connection. The holiday was about me, my friends, my family getting together. And so today, that's what I focus on. The fact that I am getting together with people because I care about them, because I love them, and I'm not getting together simply because we are there to eat and pig out. And I can tell you that I spent many holidays pigging out. You know, pigging out, people call it that. I used to call it that. So today, it's not about how much can I stuff down, but rather I'm here because I care, because I love, because I want to spend time and I want to have human and emotional contact with the people in my life. Another thing, and this is the last thing I'm going to harp on, my attitude has changed from one of, well, what are they going to have to eat today, to I'm grateful I have anything at all to eat. An attitude of gratitude has become very important for me, especially during the holidays. Just the fact that today I'm alive and I'm healthy means so much to me that it just doesn't matter what I can or can't eat anymore, because I'm not there for the food, I'm there for the human connection, I am there for people. So, I have become the master of my plate, and I get to decide how much I eat. I get to decide what goes on there. And I hope that you become the master of your own plate and really keep that in mind as you are eating, as you make the choices that you put on your plate. May they be for your health and for your benefit, and not necessarily your downfall.
Yes, that's me. I've lost more weight than I actually weigh today.
Things have turned around for me, and I'm grateful for that. And so I bring to you these little bits of wisdom that I hope you are able to use, especially with the holidays being around the corner. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe. I'll be putting up some more soon. Bye-bye.